Hello everyone, and welcome to After Alexander, Episode 55, Brother Fighting Brother. Last time, we introduced the players who will start to become relevant as the years go by. Today, we will go back to Seleucus II and see how he fares in what Bevan calls the Fraternal War against Antiochus Hierax. First off, Seleucus might have been handicapped by his being beaten in Palestine, however, he could still get an army together. He travelled over the Taurus Mountains to deal with his little brother and get Anatolia back into the empire. However, it's apparently less clear what Hierax wanted. We said a few episodes ago that Hierax wanted to claim the whole empire. However, Grainger is of the opinion that, rather than laying claim to the Seleukid realm in its entirety, Hierax might have wanted to claw out an independent Anatolian kingdom. This would possibly have been the idea of his mother and the Achaeus branch of the family, who could then have supplied the monarchs of this new Anatolian state. Or at least, after Antiochus Hierax was dead, I suppose. Seleucus II wasn't stopped by loyalists of Hierax anywhere on the central Anatolian road. In fact, by the time Antiochus and Seleucus ran into each other, they were already in Lydia. This region was the target Seleucus II was headed for, and was where Alexander, who we mentioned in previous episodes as a member of the Achaeus branch of the family, was satrap. For context, Lydia is a region which used to be a kingdom on the western coast of Asia Minor. The kingdom had been destroyed by Cyrus the Great in the distant past of the 540s BCE. Seleucus won the first fight and then the second. In point of fact, in terms of military victories, he was doing well against his brother. However, Antiochus holed up in Sardis, which proved a formidable bastion. While doing well on the battlefield, Seleucus was unable to take any of the settlements that Antiochus Hierax held. At this juncture, we should say that Seleucus' life was made more difficult because of the many independent states in Anatolia. Hierax's rebellion had made Anatolia stir, and Galatians flocked to him. In parts of the peninsula, Hierax was actually preferred to Seleucus, given that the latter had been a remote figure for a lot of his rule. This seems an unfair assessment to me, given that he was away fighting for the survival of the empire. Then again, this might not be how the Anatolians saw it. From their perspective, maybe their king was just away fighting for some distant province that did not affect them. Perceptions can be subjective. Regardless, we now turn to a man called Mithridates II of Pontus, who was married to the sister of Seleucus and Hierax. In spite of being married to the king's sister, Mithridates II announced that he would back Antiochus and brought a force of Galatians into the mix. The reason for this is that an independent Hierax would suit both Mithridates II and the Galatians just fine. After all, any monarch of a kingdom of Anatolia will not have as much military strength as the full power of the Seleukid Empire would. If you're an independent state or power in Anatolia, the prospect of a much weaker state attempting to assert its dominance might sound like just the ticket. As Grainger writes, they would have more autonomy in this situation. The entry of Mithridates into the war turned the tide. In fact, although the fighting would go on for another few years, there is a showdown coming, placed in popular sources as it happening in 235 BCE, but by Grainger as 237 BCE. The city of Ankara is today better known as Ankara and is the capital of the Republic of Turkey. However, in the days of Seleucus II, it would be better known as a battleground for a showdown. That will be in 2 episodes' time. This is because we have reached another milestone in 239 BCE which I felt it would be important to address. I won't reveal exactly what it is yet, but I will say that we will have to swing west towards Macedon. Until next time, thank you all for listening. Feel free to get in touch with the show's email address for any questions, comments, or topic suggestions for future Tangent episodes. Until next time, have a great week, everyone.